Of the Evergreen Cemetery Incorporated, and I'm going to welcome you, but I'm going to do some introductions of some people that are here. I wanted to acknowledge Kathy Morales, the Alternative Section Supervisor of the Juvenile Justice Division. Can you stand up? That's Kathy. And we work with a lot of her people that's in our program, the slave program, consequence program that we work with her with, and the kids come out and do, get in a little trouble, so they get out and come and do community service hours. And what you see here, out here today, they're part of it as well, keeping this cemetery clean. Of course, we don't charge for grave spaces here. It's just for a donation. So thank you, Kathy, and the Sheriff Department for all of your. I'm still going to acknowledge Sergeant Tara Baker. Sergeant, where are you? Okay. She also assists us on our fundraising committee board, and she's part of the effort here and doing great work with us and helping us out. So let's thank her as well. I don't think I missed. Oh, also, I didn't see anyone here from the city of Altamont Springs, but we do have a commissioner here from the city of Altamont Springs, Michael Bronchi, who also sits on our board fundraising committee board as well. Thank you, Michael. Okay, now I'm going to welcome you. I welcome you with my heart, body, and soul. I welcome you here today because God said so. I welcome you here with all the beauty and luster of this day. The cemetery, on behalf of the board members, Michael Bronstein, Cora de Snead, and all of the volunteers here that has helped us out, we welcome you here today, and we want you, it's small, but we want you to enjoy yourselves here today. Thank you.
I'm Cora J. Snead. Alton has been on this board for 29 years, and I'm right behind him at 28 years. All because of my mom's love for this place. And I promised her that I would be a part of this place for as long as I live or until I'm out here in this place. But I want to tell you all where we were and where we are now. There's an old saying, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. History gives a new perspective on life, a reason for being, a sense of belonging to something bigger than oneself and immediate family. As this property was receiving a deep cleaning, deep cleaning, trees removed, cans and bottles removed, buckets, and every kind of trash imaginable that would be found in and on a dump uncovered. That's what we found. It had no relevance for us at that time because we were so busy trying to clean up. But as the cleaning continued, research begun, the more items found in the junk, the more pieces started to come together. Research history of the beginning of the cemetery, the 9 shotgun houses that were on the property, once in this cemetery, finding the original columns or pillars, as you might call them, review of legal documents, including quitclaim deeds with X marks on them, names of the original trustees, the lack of community records, but funeral programs, many funeral programs to make the connection. The more history research included the circumstances of the time. Then the names started to come together to make sense for us. Having been born in Seminole County and still living in Seminole County, East Altamont, we know, especially Alton and myself, we know of the many bones and where they're buried, no puns intended. This was a great help as we remember many incidents and conversations of our elders. The original African American churches that were in charge of this cemetery, the burials, grew less and less because the people who were in charge were busy trying to take care of their families. They didn't have the time to do it. They worked from morning until dusk. Levi Dixon, who is now resting in this cemetery, and Alton Williams convinced the previous sexton to pass the baton, and he really passed the shoebox. After lengthy court appearances, review of documents, and depositions given, we were able to get a small portion of the cemetery property returned to us, which is over here. Research revealed the original benefactors of the cemetery, William and Laura Bronner. The museum carries their name, a museum to preserve history, a museum that will show the dignity of our ancestors, much history and more to be uncovered connecting the dots. Thanks to many of you that are here today at this cemetery. The cemetery is on a journey of restoration that exhibits love, care, and respect for the deceased, a serene and peaceful resting place. The museum is just one piece of the quilt, more to come. We ask you, please, continue weaving this tapestry with us. There is more to come.
I mean, working on this building, I'm standing in front of you so you can hear me. I know you can hear me. You all have worked so hard here. You don't complain. You don't complain or do anything, and we appreciate everything you have done here. And while I'm talking to you, we're never going to leave Ronnie out. Never. Everything that goes on here, even when we open this place, Ronnie will be involved with this place because he's part of the team and he's a part of this effort. 4 years we've been working on this. It's like building a church. When we're done, we won't have nothing to pay for. But we appreciate you, all of you, from the bottom of our hearts. Of course, bring them in the bag. So, and to let you all know, I just wanted to come up and embarrass you a little bit, but to let you all know there's more to come for you. For you four, there's more to come. We're just going to hand out these little tokens of our love. Yeah. Well, a little bit more building, yeah.
And what you continue to do. Congratulations, Alton Williams, drum major for Evergreen Cemetery, January 28th, 2024. Fine, a magnetometer, whatever you want to call it. It was a good thing. They helped us find bodies because not everybody out here at the time had a headstone. So we had no idea where people were or who they were. None of that. Some of them we still don't know who they are, and that's why we have the memory wall up front, because we have a burial record. So we put a memory wall for those that we couldn't find. We know they're here somewhere, we don't know where. But Altamont was instrumental in that. Not only was Altamont instrumental in that, they were instrumental in the East Altamont Park in East Altamont. They named them for pavilions in honor of Al, because Al C. was born in Altamont Springs, right down the street from me, Williams Street, the end of Williams and 427, which is now Ronald Reagan. But they named it the pavilions in his honor. Not only did they do that, they have a program going for the people in East Altamont and anybody else in the area who would like to purchase a brick in memory of a family member that's here, in memory of somebody who has history here in the area, or anybody with a business or whatever that they want to be a part of it. And part of the proceeds from those bricks will come to Altamont, will come to the Evergreen Cemetery. So not only did they help that way, they are still helping, and we want to make sure that they're the
They first started making these hearing aids, and this is a picture of the people that donated the cemetery. William and Laura Brunner. This is their daughter, and she's sitting in this chair from 1841. This chair was shipped by her daughter from Los Angeles, California to here, and I also want to let you all know we are opening this museum in June. We don't have a date, but it's coming. I'm so excited about the burst. But we have more stuff to come. And this is an actual chain that an actual slave wore here. And you got sad stuff, but we want to let you know that the negative part of the cemetery created something positive. So something that was made negative came positive through God. So we don't look at it as negative, but the history must be told. You cannot leave it out. It's part of the country. So these are actual chains. This is a slave wore this. I've been feeling on it, praying over them, and just that's going to be part of the museum. And there's I don't know if you ever heard of the Negro Ocean Beach in St. Augustine, Florida. Have you all heard of that? Well, this is an actual relic from the people we've been researching and collecting for 29 years. We have some fabulous items that's going to go in this place. Of course, I'm sure some of you recognize this pot here. Many chitlins and got cooked in that thing. I'm not saying I did that, but chitlins, they washed clothes in it. Did a lot of things in that. Down there is a potbelly stove. That was in like the center of the floor or in the corner of the room like that. And we just did a few little items in it. If I could, I would have gotten everything in it. And on what's so negative on top of that thing, that is an actual relic that they beat the slaves with. An actual relic, and I prayed over that too. So this have hit bodies. This instrument has actually hit bodies, ladies and gentlemen. This beat people. Could you imagine? Look at that. I'm gonna go close to you or what? That's crazy. So history has to be told. This actually beat people. Actually beat people. It's sad to me. But like I said, now we have this positive, we can tell the history. And if you all behind you, those are some of the original trustees. This gentleman here, Mr. Ziegler, is the young man, not young. He's the one I took over after here. A lot of these people could not read and write. So on, as Cora stated in the history, on the deeds it had their mark X. It says X and my mark on them. So, and a lot, like the property got taken away and stuff, they just couldn't read and write to know what was what was going on. So these are the, and some of these people you might know. This is Mr. Alfred Simpson. Okay, Mr. Ziegler, and yeah, and we they were the last trustees of this cemetery before I came. This was and the Brauners were the very first trustees of the cemetery because they donated the property to the cemetery for slaves and servants, is what it said in the paperwork. Servants we know means slaves. Okay, this is Mr. Gordon J. Burnett. He was very kind to the cemetery as well, and he was one of the trustees. Once again, the property got taken over with taxes. And back in the day, you're not supposed to charge for taxes on a cemetery, but they did all kind of crazy stuff was going on. So this man saved this cemetery once again and just gave it right back to this community. And this community consists of Altamont Springs. So most of the people buried here is from the 15 subdivisions over in East Altamont. Okay. And these were the trustees, the original trustees. Now, I don't have pictures for everybody, but I'm digging. Everybody know Mr. Peter Jones. This is his father. Everybody don't, we know they live in the community. His father. This is Cora's grandfather. He is the only slave that we found in the cemetery. He's an emancipated slave, and he's buried right over there in the cemetery. J.D. J.D. Merritt. John Daniel Merritt. Yeah. Mary Street is named after her father. Yeah, right.
And then there is my Uncle Buddy.
This is William Merritt, but I have a story about him. As you can see, William Merritt is a white man. Well, this William Merritt and this John D. Merritt and his wife, this is her brother. Maggie Merritt. Now, Miss Maggie used to sit on that porch and spit snuff every day, and being nice. So she said we knew her as children. I'm talking about when I was a child. Well, the family of her family got mad at him because she married a black man and tossed her out of the family. So her brother did not agree with that. So he changed his name from William Green to William Merritt. He was the first white person to ever be buried in this cemetery. He's buried right over there.
And I live on his piece of property now.
So this gentleman was the very first Caucasian person to ever be buried in the Evergreen Cemetery.
I should say mine because I bought it.
So, but this is a slave right here. We got the best picture we could of him. So, okay. So, and all the other people, they're not pictured because I couldn't find a picture of them, but most of these people could not read and write. They had X's on the paperwork there.
But that was before that time. Those were other people who actually did work in the fernery and
the Casselberry fernery
and other places.
And the garden
that got all convoluted during that time.
And the cemetery has had several names. It was the Altamont Colored Cemetery, the Fern Park Cemetery, the Altamont Community Cemetery, the Altamont and Fern Park Community Cemetery. And as we went through the history of the cemetery, and it stated in there, the cemetery was to be named the Evergreen Cemetery. And so in 2007, we revert and changed the name to the proper name that Laura and William Brunner wanted to be, which was the Evergreen Cemetery. Okay, and if you look down here, I'm sure, I don't know if you all know. Yeah, pick that up.
That's a cross-cut saw.
Y'all, this is a cross-cut. Could you imagine sawing through a big tree, one guy on this end, and this is what they had to use.
It worked out better.
Yeah. You like make cabins and stuff. It's hard work. Slaves used this too. There were no chainsaws. I don't know if it's chainsaws invented back then, but I know they had to use this.
No.
I mean, look at that, see? They had this hard work. It was hard to live in that era.
They don't make them like that no more.
No. Okay. So this is just a few, thank you, Don. And this is just a few items that I just wanted to give you all a taste of. And we have some beautiful artifacts and relics that you all are going to appreciate. But like I say, we will be opening this place in June. And we don't have the date yet, but it's coming. And we're doing it around like Juneteenth time, so it's coming. Keep it in your mind and everything. Also, I wanted to tell you that we also built a library. History is kind of flowing away, so we have a library coming where we will do it separate from this museum, which will sit right over here. It will be called the Burner House Museum, the Burner House Library of Black History. You will not be able to check any books out, but you will be able to come here and read and do research and everything. And the only reason that we're not doing checking out of books because everything is so delicate and we don't want things taken away. The history must stay, but you can come in every day. We'll even serve you free coffee and stuff. So come, and then we're going to be having the librarians come over and session with the children. So we have children books. I've been collecting along with the board members and other fundraising committee members have been collecting. Hey, Miss. Hey, I didn't see you, but how you doing? Good. We've been collecting history, Carmen Bierman, and we all been collecting history for 29 years and books. We've collected over 1,000 books so far for the library. And the library will be delivered here sometime next week. We had it built outside, and it's gonna sit back there. So, but it will not open the same time as this museum, but we do have a library as well. So we're doing the full range of history for this place and this beautiful city of Casselberry, Florida. So I don't want to leave them out, and I don't want to leave, well, I'll wait till I get outside to talk about the cities and what they've done for us and everything. So this, I think I got it, oh, for another thing. These are 3 items, no syrup going, but they was used for the derogatory, being mean to black people here. But I just stated, I prayed over this too. Well, you got to keep the demons out. But anyway, I did that, and I just want y'all have, I'm raw, that, to the point. So this is another thing that was used derogative towards black people.
See, you pray for it?
Yes, before I come in this building.
Did you pray for it?
That salt, everything coming in here got prayed for.
My back hurt because I didn't cough good salt.
Well, then you got to talk to Jesus about it. I can't do it for you. So we have that. Okay? All right.
That's nice.
So,
I like the frame.
and well, this was, it is, I'm going to explain this box to you. This box, this flag, the first flag for the President Obama for his first inauguration came in here. I got that flag too down there. It's gonna go in too. So I thought this would be fitting to put these 3 little black, a man and 2 ladies in here in this. So in that flag box. So
And that flag came from Al, right?
oh yes, Al Hastings,
Al Hastings,
who was
a
a congressman and lived in our community, and we're honoring him as well. Do you want to say real quick about the bricks?
has graciously considered us and honoring this cemetery with memory bricks at the East Altamont Park.
The park at East Altamont.
The park at East Altamont. The pavilions have been named in honor of Alcee Hastings, congressman from South Florida. You might note that Alcee mom and I are first cousins. So the history runs long with the Merritt family. Mildred was a Merritt. I called the baby. That's what we called her. You think Alton is raw. Mildred was very raw, if you had a chance to meet her. But anyway, the first flag LC gave us from DC when we got the flagpole for the cemetery.
And that flagpole was done by the Boy Scouts we had out here that also put together. I'm so proud of the boy.
Alton and I did the first flag.
I'm talking about the pole.
The pole.
The pole.
We did the pole.
You did the pole, but they installed. So they installed the pole. And the reason I brought that up is we've had quite a bit of help, not only through the Department of Corrections, which we do business with them as well. I've been with the Department of Corrections for 29 years. They send people over as well to keep their records clean and so they don't have felonies and stuff. So I'm here, shoot. What?
Every day.
It's just, yes, I'm here a lot. And I just feel it's helping people. That's my legacy. So if you say anything about me because I'll be laid to rest here too as well when it's my turn here at this cemetery. So if you say anything about me, just say Alton done the best that he could do. and I've done that. So
one additional thing, Alton, you might note that while the cemetery was given for slaves and African American, we invite everybody. Everybody's here. We have every nationality.
Russians,
Not every
Asians.
nationality, but we have
Yes.
everybody. We accept everybody
So none of
at
that
this
mess.
cemetery. And if you walk around and look at the names will reflect the families that are here.
Does anybody have any questions or anything? I hope this was educational for you. I'm just enjoying this. I mean, I hope it was educational for you, and I hope you're learning something here today. And this sits in this city, Casselberry, Florida. That's part of our community, both. But this is the main city, Casselberry, Florida. This is where we sit. So when you think about Casselberry, think about Evergreen. We do have a donation button in the upper right-hand corner of our website. Okay, if you all be careful, if you don't have any questions, make your way out the back. Be careful going down the steps. Hold on. Okay. Make your way out the back, and then we're going to join you for that. No, if you want to go back out the other way, the steps are kind of high out there.
Exactly, it's full circle. But no, it's been good. We're growing quick and it's just trying to keep that going.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. In this beautiful cemetery.
They've done a great job.
It's amazing.
Yeah. To see it from whence it started.